They're doing me wrong, so wrong. They thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, there's something inside so
This is the ominous sign of the Boss movement. And here's the grave of Bobby Sands, who of course died in hunger strike. The grave of the three who died in Gibraltar, Mairead Farrell, Dan McCann and Son Savage. And behind them, a monument to the three people who died the day we buried Mairead, Dan and Sean. And I don't know where any of you remember that day, but at the Black Cross there, the loyalist Michael Stone was standing he had an automatic weapon in one hand and he was throwing grenades. But we were lucky in that the grenades were landing in among the headstones, so the shrapnel was absorbed by the stones. And we were saved that day by the young people, because the minute he started shooting and throwing hand grenades, the young people converged on him and actually chased him and caught him down on the motorway, where he was rescued then by the RUC. So three people died here on that day when we were burying Mairead, Dan and Sean.
As well as RUC.
Trídíní a gcónaí ar nói a dhéirí rudaí an eile a dhéanú le Féile fiúil ón teannas agus ón ríra agus ón roille baile.
Bhí lindú ar an phobal seo, miltena ama has ama. Hocalat echail sna héine ar na sráidin agus bhí daoine faoi an bhrón ag an am.
There was no visibility for that community in the city of Belfast. You know, what was piled on the shoulders of that community in this period really just came at the end of many, many years of demonisation.
Can you tear them?
expression. I mean, that's what it is. It's a community expressing its culture in loads of different ways. And I mean, what we try and I suppose promote in the festival is that if there's something that you're interested in, then you should come along and do something about it. You know, we're the sort of central organisers, but we don't organise everything. And I mean, so people that want to express themselves in whatever sort of way do, and come out and do whatever it is they do, you know, and generally do it in a way where they're having a good time and creating an atmosphere for everybody to have a good time.
You can tell how far the festival has come on by the size of the parade on Sunday. I mean, the parade was one of the biggest and the best yet. People were absolutely delighted and really, really enjoying themselves. And the number of children, everybody talked about the number of children that were out in the parade and the floats and the colours. One tiny point of anger that people had within that was that the parade, the front of the parade, it was for those standing waiting for the parade to arrive, the first thing you saw was a mass of jeeps. You would have sworn that they were escorting some very large group of dangerous people rather than a whole set of children. And colourful floats and sports costumes and fancy dress. It was incredible to see the contrast. Just completely overreaction, heavy-handed, very highly military, putting a stamp on their ownership of the road ahead of the parade.
FM is a community radio station of West Belfast. It is the fastest growing media project in the north. It was founded in 1995 as part of Féile and football.
Began as a radio to promote Féile and football in this community. What started small, Tú Smile na Hibra, a good start is half the work, has now become a major radio station representing West Belfast and further afield. What you have here is thousands of people up and down these stairs doing their shows, DJing, current affairs, what the papers say, Irish language, news readers up and down there, putting their voice, their spin, their words, their accents on Triple FM.
That was a bit of live music going out on Triple FM 106.2, loud and proud, coming from the heart of Belfast, Festival Radio, and here we have another live broadcast coming in. Technology is brilliant. We are on the air just over 2 weeks. We're on the air, and on Sunday we passed the 20,000 phone call. We get a free holiday away for it. It's the most popularly listened to radio station in Belfast.
This is Brad Coogan and Michael Reel. Michael Reel deserves more credit than I do, because if he listened to me, you'd be listening to Patsy Cline singing Morgan After Sunshine or something like that there.
The station caters for every taste possible. There's an Irish language slot, there's a community slot in the mornings for community groups, there's a political slot, there's a youth slot, and then there's open sort of ended request shows with music. The station is open to everybody who wants to participate.
What we're doing here at the moment is trying to create a studio on one of the top floors of Conway Mill, which you see at the moment looks quite derelict. We hope to change that over the next few hours or so, and to put on a display of the murals. It's labelled as the 20 years of mural history. And what we want to do there is, To an extent, mural artists and the whole idea of murals now in the 90s have become a real sort of media thing, getting a lot of attention. But we wanted to do a sort of pay tribute to the people who started the murals back in the early 80s. The young kids of 16 and 17 who defied the British and the harassment of the RUC, etc., and went out and put political statements on their walls.
My name is Victor Ochoa. I'm from the border of Tijuana and San Diego, which is California and Mexico. Our murals depict part of the struggles of our people in that part of the world. So we have a very close relationship with what is going on here in West Belfast, and we've been invited to participate, and we are also commemorating the anniversary of Stephen Biko's death, and we are working around that, and we're including a few of the local muralists, and we're going to collaborate in the design.
Stevie's living in the prison cell, and all the friends that know hope he's doing well. Down here they listen to the beat God.
The conditions were really shocking. In the early 80s, some of us got a chance to lease it. And I thought this was very exciting because now what had really been an old sweatshop was now going to be owned by the people, and it was going to be used for people to set up small businesses at a very small rent. And what was most interesting of all was that we were going to build into it a theatre and lecture rooms and work, cultural things and education and all that learning was going to be all in the one building, one site.
If I may interrupt, the Lord, my client is not charged with using bad language, and I cannot see what relevance it is to this case.
Well, it is not for you to decide what is relevant and what is not. It is for me to decide what is relevant and what is not. And as a judge in a different court, I shall, of course, remind myself from time to time that I must take into account what is relevant and extremely irrelevant. I shall even at times be cross with myself for taking into account what is irrelevant when I should be relevant. But whether relevant or irrelevant, it is I and I alone who will decide.
We had been used for so long, to the theatre been used by other people to tell us what they wanted to say. We wanted to rescue it and make it once again into a means of communication between people themselves. This is what we think the theatre should be about. It's a means of communication between people at a very ordinary level, and therefore we started in the early 70s to put together something where people wrote their own scripts and they devised their own form of entertainment. And very soon, of course, became critical of institutions like banks and governments and churches and other respectable elements of society. But that was really the origin of it. It was trying to rescue the poetry and the storytelling and the theatre and bring it back into what they really should be.
Are you that reporter fella from England?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you about a real mass murderer.
I'm Roger Cook from London, standing on the very street where Matt McGuinness lives. I have here one of his neighbours who will further expose McGuinness as a mass murderer. You say you have information about a mass murderer?
Yes, this person was responsible for the death of hundreds, if not thousands of people. Irish people, English people, and Argentinians as well.
Argentinians?
The sinking of the Belgrano, and the death of thousands of pensioners from sickness and cold, and due to the cuts in the pension, the closed hospitals, and the mass murder of Irish people and a shoot-to-kill policy, and the death of 10 young lads on hunger strike.
Wait a minute, wait.
Wait, nothing! You know who I'm talking about, it's Margaret Thatcher. Are you going to do an expose on her? Well, are you? Are you?
Isn't that present and do an expose on her?
One commentator said that the West Belfast Festival is, above all, very solipsistic. So we all rushed to the dictionaries, and we found that, in fact, we were inward looking. And the West Belfast Festival certainly wasn't. It was having people from Ireland, from England, Scotland, Wales, from Brittany, France, America, all over the place. And in fact, it was very exciting because of that. There were more visitors from abroad or from different countries in West Belfast during the festival than there were in most of the rest of the city for the rest of the year.
We're the actors.
Yes, you're listening to Radio Free Belfast, the station that brings you the uncensored news.
I think in terms of West Belfast, the idea of being an actor or a writer or something has been something that's just not been a priority with people. And I think that there's some fantastic actresses in Just Us, and everyone realised that when we did Just a Prisoner's Wife. And I think that Bin Lids, people are coming into it, and that notion that somehow there's a professional group of actors who are better than other people, I think it's really gone with this play, because I think the local women are as good as the professional actors are in it. They've all worked incredibly well together, but I think that's what's been really exciting about it.
What Jesus Mason are coming in here? All right, you lot. How many men have we in here? How many men? 2 here, sir.
Shut you!
Right, problem. Take that one over there. Get up, everybody, out of here! Are you sick? Get up, people, again!
Theatre in Belfast is crying out for audiences, and here people are crying to get into a theatre. And I just think what it demonstrates is a real need for a theatre space over this way.
And then we go to Derry, to Newry, and we go to Dowling as well.
Bakea denuso, falso denen aurka. Justizian dago, herrien oreka. Askatasunari, ez biderik uka. Herri honek bere, bidea badauka.
The anti-racism seminar and the food fair fit into two of our different themes: the working together against racism and let's celebrate diverse cultures. And what this is about is celebrating diverse cultures and not just putting them all in as one bland, neutral, boring culture, but saying there's loads of different cultures around here. Let's celebrate them all and learn to accept and celebrate other people's cultures.
Saturday we'll stop on this wee thing here, and don't be rushing. And for every when I start this over every year, of course, we all think they're mountain climbers or runners, so just take your time and we'll just relax.
Just let everybody get their breath back. As you come on up higher here, you'll start to see the different roads emerging. Many of them have binoculars now. And then as you come on up here, you see Black Street, the mill.
Teachtasteach seo nacht, ba ionta go nódaí an scóine mór daoine ag chuirte mó. Gati imín féilte bobbal agus bainite le acma beag. An éile seo bhí mothú amsa gcónaí go rud go leis bobbal é, as tásúlam go seasanse mar sin agus sílim héin go binam rud is tábhachtaí a bhain leis a bhéile seo.
The festival covered all sorts of parts of community and performing arts, but one important element that seemed to be missing was any film exhibition. So that's how West Belfast Film Festival was born in Féile in 1995. The most successful part of the film festival in the last 2 years has been the setting up of animation workshops, filmmaking workshops. As I understand it, this has actually never been done in this part of Belfast before we set it up 3 years ago. Each year more and more children sign up, and what happens is they come into a 2 or 4 hour workshop and actually produce a 3-minute film.
What's